Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jalen, and today I have a bookshelf tour for you. It's been a while since the last time I reorganized these shelves. I'm also here with my pal, this clown character that I found at a vintage shop here in Phoenix. And I love him dearly. I love him in the background. Anyways, we're here to talk about books, and I wanted to reorganize my shelves for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted them all to be vertical, and I wanted these shelves behind me, and right here is like my reading chair where I read every night. I wanted this to be like primarily a TBR shelf. Mostly books on here that I have not read yet. There's some books that I've read sprinkled throughout for certain reasons, whether it's part of a collection, some favorites up here at the very, very top, like some of my favorite writers, and then that shelf there is just my favorites and books that like define me as a reader, I would say. So I thought I would show you what I did, show you what is mostly a TBR shelf, talk through books that are sticking out to me, and yeah, to show you what's going on. And if you're wondering what happened to the rest of the books that were like lining my office, I still have a couple of piles which I'll show you. They're very small, and then the rest of the books that are like not priority TBR, I put down in this cellar that we have that I kind of forgot about. It's a very tiny, weird little cellar, especially for it being here in Arizona. But I ended up cleaning it all out, and I put some just IKEA Billy bookshelves down there, and I put like not priority TBR, and then books that I've read or just books I don't plan to read anytime soon until I want to get rid of them. I put them down there for now, so they're out of the way and not in my space, because now I'm working from home. I just want a less cluttered environment because I realized that I was like incredibly stressed out over it. And I was like, Jalen, we're fixing this. So this is a project ongoing, but I think I made a really good headway, and I really love how these look and how they're organized. So I'm going to flip the camera around and talk to you all about what's going on. Sound like a plan? Okay, cool. Tippity top of the shelf, I have some favorite writers and just items that I enjoy looking at the top. So on the left, I have my collection of New Direction storybooks. I have them all. They're really gorgeous, and I wanted to present them in a certain way, so I put them up there. Then I have some of my favorite writers. I have Brandon Taylor up there, put his at the tippity top, and then all my Franzens I wanted in one stack. I have a little bar in the bookcase candle with some of my favorite colors up there for whatever reason. And then I have Ottessa Moshfegh, my favorite writer. I had to put her at the top of the shelf. She is, my queen. So also another queen of mine is Sally Rooney. I received one of the infamous influencer boxes with the bucket hat, and it's one of my most prized possessions. So had to go up there. Now, this is the shelf that I feel like defines Jalen as a reader for the most part. It has some of my favorite books here. It's not totally inclusive, but it was just vibes. This whole thing was just vibes, like all around. But I do have two copies of fake accounts, one being the first one that I read, has all my notes in it, and then my mom got me a signed first edition, which is in that wrapping. It's very dramatic, but I wanted to leave it like that for the rest of my life, I want to have that in the collection always. And then if anyone's wondering what that Donna Tartt Secret History is, it is a special signed edition. I'm blanking on the details right now. My mom got it for me. It was like a reprint special edition. I think there were like 500 that she signed like a year or two ago, and so that's also in wrapping. Signed Donna Tartt. I'm gagged. I guess the running theme here is like metafiction, queer stuff, autofiction. Middlemarch was revolutionary for me. The Sluts was like my favorite book last year. Catherine Lacey I love, so I had to put 3 of her books up there. And then my favorite short story writer, Laura Vandenberg, she gets a spot. Ann Patchett. Vibes. Moving down, this shelf is kind of evolving. Oh, there's some more favorites on the right, kind of some overflow, namely Bret Easton Ellis, currently my favorite book of the year, so I had to put those editions over there. And then to the left, I have a really small collection of Hogarth and Random House books. I just started a job at Penguin Random House, and I am a marketer for both Random House and Hogarth, working in literary fiction for the most part. And so I wanted to make a little designated area of the bookshelf for my job, and it looks cute in the background of Zoom calls and stuff. So there's that. This is a collection of tall hardcover books. I've read a few of these, Elif Batuman, Tess Gunty, Andrew Ridker, but the rest are just books that I'm always like almost picking up, but then I don't for a long time now, like over 2 years, and some are newer, but those are all I really want to get to. So let me know what I should prioritize in this area, and then elsewhere, I would love to know what you think I should read, or if you like books that you see, books you think I would like, please let me know in the comments. Probably my favorite design for a book is like a short, small hardcover like that. So there's that. So yeah, here I really want to read the new Megan Nolan, Ordinary Human Failings, I believe is the title. Want to read that really bad. The new Jenny Erpenbeck I want to read. Miranda July is a writer that I think I would really love. I also have her short story collection over there, but we're talking about this shelf right now. So yeah, more bangers, I think. I've read Devil House. Loved it. I just really loved that cover, so I wanted to put it somewhere on the shelf. So then moving down, this is just paperback randomness for the most part. Top priority from when I was going through all my stacks, like what are the paperbacks that I would really like to read soon, presumably, and this is what I came up with. I would say top priority in this section is The Last Samurai by Helen DeWitt, Rent Boy by Gary Indiana, Mrs. S by Kay Patrick. I need to read The Neapolitan Quartet. Yeah, lots of good stuff there. Moving down, this is kind of like priority galleys for the most part, or just like overflow of paperback. Just new galleys that I receive. I like to put them here just so they're like kind of in arm's reach of my chair. So I can just grab them when I'm curious about what I want to read next. I think next up in this area is 80 Cents The Fraud I really want to read, and then Blackouts by Justin Torres. Those two are jumping out at me, so we'll be reading those very soon for the channel, reviews to come. My lights are a little bit in disarray, please disregard for right now, but bottom left I have graphic novels. I have read Acting Class, the first book I read this year, and it's so good. It's so weird, surrealist, loved it. And then I have his new one, or his other one, Sabrina. So I want to read that soon too, but I have the new Knausgaard down there, and just like random paperback, small hardcover, just kind of filling out the shelves on this side. So these kind of go together a little bit. I don't know. It's just vibes, y'all. It doesn't really make sense, but it's fine. So going over here, top left, this is kind of getting into like collections and groupings that I think make sense with my fantasy of this bookshelf. So I have my Penguin classic hardcover editions on the left. I have some of the deluxe paperbacks in the middle. And then I just have it filled out with like the standard black spine Penguins. This little section up here is like Russian Lit, those 4 books. So very small Russian Lit section in the bookstore of my life. And then some James Baldwin, Shirley Jackson, the single Philip Roth that I own. Never read him, but I want to read him. This might be my favorite shelf. If I had to pick one, like I think I love this. This is so, yeah. So I have all of my Cusks. I own almost all of them. I think I'm only missing In the Fold, but someone please tell me if I'm wrong. I also have Transit in the stand by my desk, so that's why it's missing. I am currently reading the Outline trilogy, and I want to get through the rest of those like by the end of next year, if not sooner. Like I would love to do a month of Cusk or something. I'm too much of a mood reader to really do that, but I would love to just like get through all of the Cusks to say that I've actually read them, so I don't seem crazy for owning the entire collection and only having read 2 of them. So that's that. And then to the right of that is my Charco Press collection. I've read 2 of those, I believe, Dead Girls and Die My Love. So I need to read those, love some translated fiction. Then I have all of the Annie Ernaux books, another collection I need to get through. I've only read 2 as well, but for Christmas I treated myself to the 7 Stories Press sale of all of the Ernaux. So another project of mine. Then I have my beloved, cherished Sheila Heti collection that I bought when I was in Barcelona a couple weeks ago. Sheila Heti is one of my favorite writers, and I saw that these new editions were released, so I needed to get the collection. I think I own like 5 copies of Pure Color at this point, but what's another one? Motherhood, I just had like the hardcover, kind of beat up copy, so I wanted a fresh one. And then How Should a Person Be? I like the apple on that cover. Then I have some Sebald, and so I have 2 of his so far. Haven't read either of them, but I told myself I needed to stop buying them until I read those 2. So hopefully I can fill out that collection. Some Virginia Woolfs, some Penguin Modern Classics with the blue spine that I love, Lispector, special edition of Michael Cunningham's The Hours, which I have not read. I should just stop saying that. I just mostly have not read any of these, so sorry to be redundant. Lydia Davis, and a little tiny handheld The Virgin Suicides. Now here is a shelf that I have read not a lot of, some of. This is my New York Review of Books collection. I am absolutely on hold from buying any more of those until I've read like at least half of them, I would say. But 2 of my favorite books like ever really are the Gwendolyn Riley, My Phantoms and First Love. They're books that I think about all the time, and more of you should read them. I think they're kind of underrated a little bit, underrated, underhyped. Then I have my Alejandro Zambras, my Dorothy Project shelf, which is a feminist independent press that I really enjoy. So I have those, and then I have 2 Kafkas and a book by Fernando Pessoa that I just thought was really nice and I got for half off during the Barnes & Noble hardcover sale. Then this is my short story shelf. I need to dedicate a shelf to short stories, so that is what I have there. Then I have some overflow on the left of some more short story collections, and then it kind of blends over into nonfiction and literary criticism, one of my favorite genres to peruse and to read. So yeah, it's kind of a blend of like some lit crit, a little bit of memoir in there, and short stories on the left. And then down here, I'll start here. These are like my short nonfiction. So it's a blend of memoir, essays, etc. Nonfiction, you know the vibe. And then down here is my tall big boy hardcovers. On the left, I have some verso books over there that kind of blend over from the lit crit, and then just some miscellaneous essay collections, biographies. And yeah, so those are the shelves. Let me back it up. That's what's going on here. And then I'll show you to my left some more stacks that are a little bit of a mess, but I'm figuring it out. Ignore my remote, but this is some like currently reading, next up on the TBR, a couple books that I just purchased stack. So that's just sitting there. I like to keep like priority there. And then here is like my overflow. Some of these I need to get on the shelf. I just haven't figured out like what I want to pull and put downstairs versus put up, So on the left, I have some books that I just picked up yesterday. I found a trade credit slip for a local bookstore and I went a little ham, but I still have some leftover credit there. So yeah, some new books that I've acquired. Good shit here. So I need to figure out how to put it on these shelves, but I'm kind of fine with having, a small pile by my side. It's fine. I have very limited space in this house, so I hope you enjoyed this bookshelf tour. Let me know what you saw there. What should I read next? If you ever wondered what I had on my shelves, now you have a better sense of what I like to read and own. And yeah, I'll be back soon with a wrap up. I haven't done one since March. No one has asked me about it, so I'm assuming no one cares, but I care as this is a time capsule for me of what I've been reading. So I will be doing one soon, maybe like rapid fire. I don't know. But anyways, I hope you like this video and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.